We are grabando esta reunión. Okay, so start for a moment here. We're going to start standing up. Woo, and check down at your 10 toes. Just look at them. Say hello to the mat. Say hello to your feet. And then let's just exhale. Roll your shoulders just a couple times. Feel the shoulders coming up, down, and back. Good. And then I want you to do that again, but tuck your fingertips up towards your armpits and then take that same movement up, down, and back. And then we're going to reach the fingertips up. Same thing, up, down, and back. Good. Let's inhale. Move the thigh bones back and open the thumbs. Open your fingertips. Then take your hands here in between your inner thighs and a big stretch forward. Good. So we'll just make some space in the shoulder blades. And then I'm going to take my hands to the front of my thighs and exhale, pull up. So moving my head above my sternum and then scooping my belly into that space. Let's come down and up just a few times. Down and up. Good. Now pause. Just reach your right arm back, roll it out and in the shoulder socket, out and back, out and back. And again, think about where you're holding weight. So long through your feet, reaching back through the tailbone, out through the top of the head. Beautiful. Take the left arm, same thing, out and back, out and back, kind of rolling into the head of the shoulder, feeling the tricep, deltoid, bicep, all those muscles in the arms. Waking up, good. Inhale and exhale, come nice and tall. Let the thumbs, your pulgares, your meñiques, your índices, your medios, your anulares, all the fingers come together. And then exhale, it's like you're splashing water. Good. So come down, bajando, push through the feet, and down, down, down. Push up and lift. Good. So feel arms are going to come down, thighs and tailbone go back. Head stays lifted the whole way. Good. And from here, go ahead, pause. Let one arm come to your side. Inhale, find a little T shape. Exhale, opposite arm to the side. Good. So you feel brazos estirando. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now we'll bring our fingertips to our collarbones. Feel for a second that rib to hip connection. Feel it knit in through the belly muscles. So if I take my hands here, I'm just going to feel as I exhale, my belly pull in. Exhale. And from here, let's take your opposite hand to collarbone. Create a little twist back behind you. Inhale, center. Exhale, push your hands into your collarbones as you twist. So you feel yourself stay upright. Good. And then as you twist to the right, extend the two arms. Find that same thing. Inhale. And exhale, twist hacia la izquierda. So aquí a la derecha. Y ahora a la izquierda. Good. And then from here, we'll take two arms all the way up. Stretch two arms to the side. Inhale, center. Exhale, two arms to the side. Inhale and exhale. So you feel the weight of the body floating down and then undulating to lift. Good. And then from here, go ahead, sweep, come all the way forward and up. Sweep, reaching all the way around. Good. One more time, each direction. Beautiful. And bring the fingertips together overhead. Inhale. And exhale, pull the elbows to your sides as you lift just your left talon, your talon izquierdo. Tap that foot down and up as you press the palms into each other. Tres y dos. So Dorothy, this is what I like to do in the car. When you're just sitting, I don't know if you'll be driving. So only if you're on cruise control. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, lift the right heel, palms pull down, and then just let that foot float. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Good. Inhale, arms up. And then exhale, pull the elbows to your sides, lift the heel, and then rotate the thigh out. Come down and up. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Inhale, rotating the leg back in, taking the arms up. Exhale, rotate the right knee out and exhale, lift. Oh, I'm adding arms. That's fun. You can or don't have to. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Good. Inhale, taking the arms up. And then exhale, pull your left heel back behind you, tap the floor. Just small little movements. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Good. Bringing that foot back in, 2 arms up. Inhale and exhale. We'll lift your talón derecho. 5, 4, 3 y 2 y 1. Muy bien. Setting that back down. Inhale, take your 2 arms up. And exhale, elbows to your thighs. Good. Inhale up. Exhale, back, hands to the thighs now. Lift your left heel. Set it down, subiendo el talón derecho. Abajo, arriba, izquierdo, y la derecha. Because you're just feeling that connection, that power into your ankles. Good. Inhale, now pause. Take 2 hands to the right thigh. Push in, push down, and lift the left. 10, 9. So you feel all those muscles there. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ponemos el pie en el piso. So putting that foot down. 2 manos aquí. And then we're going to lift. Arriba, arriba. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Inhale, take your thighs back, and exhale, take your arms up. Good. This time, 2 heels lift. Left hand, right collarbone, and then twist across your body. So again, that twist is in the ribs. Inhale, right hand, left collarbone, and then twist and reach with the left arm. Beautiful. Inhale, back to the center. Exhale, twist, reach, lower your tailbone down. Take that opposite hand to thigh and just breathe here for a moment. 3 y 2 y 1. Muy bien. Inhale, coming all the way up. Lift the heels again. And now you'll take your right hand to your left collarbone. Left arm comes across the body. Take the heels down, the tailbone back, and the arm crosses out to that other side of the body. So I want you to, as you twist, feel yourself aware of your heels, your talones, plantas del pie, your dedos. Where are your hips? Puedes bajar la cadera izquierda. Can you lower that left hip? And inspirar arriba. Take all of that up once again. Now just take your right heel down. Dedos entrelazados. You're going to take your hands underneath your left thigh. Good. So just breathe into this for a moment. Take your chin, your mentón sobre tu hombro izquierdo, sobre tu hombro derecho. Good. So noticing what you do when you lose balance. Pulling away from center. See if you can guide yourself back to center. Inhale, exhale, toe, ball heel, press the left side in, manos, dedos entrelazados. Good, and now your chin over your mentón derecho. Good, y sobre el izquierdo. So watch the arch of the foot, the heel. Inhale, brazos arriba. And then exhale, saltamos afuera. So just hop out, hop in. So we'll hop out and hop in, afuera, adentro, afuera, adentro, afuera, adentro, afuera. Hold this afuera for just a moment. Left hand to your right hip, stretch over the body. Inhale, open. Exhale, left hand, or mano derecha hacia tu cadera izquierda. Y arriba. Good. 2 hands, 2 thighs. Exhale, come down. Lift the head and the tail apart. And then adentro, underneath you. Inhale, head and tail reach. And exhale underneath you. So really finding that relationship between your head, your tail, your low back. Curling underneath you, debajo de ti. And then exhale, reaching out one last time. Good. And then from here, let's just pause, get a little lower, take the right arm out, float the thighs down and up, 3 and 2 and 1, and change arms, 3 and 2 and 1. 2 arms, taking 3, 2, 1. Right arm atrás, left arm adelante, 3, 2, 1. Cambiamos brazos, 3 y 2 y 1. 2 arms adelante, 3 y 2 y 1. Inhale, stretch, reach all of that up. Hands to the outsides of the legs. Vamos a respirar abajo. Slide down the legs. Your chin, your mentón adentro. So when you pull the chin in, that stretches, lengthens the back of the neck. Good, muy bien. Desde aquí, brazos en el aire. Take your right hand to the inner leg. So to the right hand to the inner leg, and then give yourself a little hug. Around that leg, you can bend the knee and straighten up. Just bend the knee and notice if you get a little stretch in the inner thigh and the shoulder. That's what we want. 2 y 1. Muy bien. Inhale, expirando arriba, reaching your dedos atrás. And then abrazamos la pierna izquierda. You're going to come and hug the left leg. Doblamos, estiramos, doblamos, estiramos, doblamos, estiramos. Muy bien. Inhale, coming all the way back up. Good. And now let's turn just the right toes out. Place the hands on the head, and we're going to bend the knee. Doblamos, estiramos la rodilla izquierda. All right. Uh-oh. This will be a useless recording. I can hear it now. Good. So now go ahead, take right hand, left hip, stretch. Good. Left hand, right hip, stretch away. Inhale, coming, turning those toes in. Same thing, this side, open your dedos izquierdo, and then doblamos, estiramos. Push for a moment your hands into the head. Good. So you just feel that deep connection, columna larga, and then make sure you feel the thigh opening out and away from you. 2 y 1. Muy bien. Pause here. Mano de izquierda hacia tu cadera derecha. Estiramos adelante. Muy bien. Arriba otra vez. Y estiramos otro lado. Muy bien. Y desde aquí, turn all the toes back in once again. And then let's just turn ourselves over the right leg. So now your 2 hips facing forward. Stretch the toes. Inhale the arms, move up. And your pulgares juntos, take your thumbs together. And then exhale, move your hands back behind you. Good, and stretch. Try that just a couple times. Pulgares aquí y pulgares atrás. Pulgares aquí, pulgares atrás. One more time, pulgares aquí, pulgares atrás. Now take the palms, reach them together, leave the arms, and abrimos el pecho. Good, so push through your right foot. Empujamos por el pie derecho. Now your dedos entrelazados, take the fingertips together and reach back. You can even bend the back knee. Hand up, pivot through the feet. Let's try that on the other side, because you're just going to get a big bend into your front foot and feel yourself reach and move weight back. Atrás, atrás, atrás. Good. And then from here, let's go ahead. Take your pulgares arriba, big stretch. Y ahora, pulgares atrás. Good. Big stretch arriba. Y ahora, pulgares atrás. Estirando arriba. Y ahora, pulgares atrás. One more time. Inhale up. And then exhale, pause. So feel your weight through your front foot. grounded, anchored, arches lifting, palms come together back behind you. Estiramos. So open the chest. And exhale. Dedos entrelazados. Change the cross of the fingers. La cruce de los dedos. Stretch back. You can even let the back knee bend. Reach the rib cage away. Muy bien. Desde aquí, brazos arriba otra vez. And now just step the back foot in. So this is the right side facing the computer. And we're going to just, or your pantalla, whatever you're using. Now just rock your weight, kind of toe ball heel into the feet, Those small movements helping you connect to your core. 3, y 2, y 1. Inspirar arriba, take the arms up, and then exhale. Move your head down and stretch your tailbone, your coccyx en el aire. And from here, we're going to step back with the right leg, step back with the left leg. Pause for a moment in a little plank pose. Right knee comes down, lift the left leg, 5 and 4, just a sweet little lift, 2 and 1, toes down, knees in, changing sides, 5 and 4, 3 and 2 and 1, good. Now we'll take 2 knees down, open, lift the chest, let the chest come down and up, 5 and 4 and 3, keeping your head above the tail, and 2 and 1. Now open the chest, lift your gaze. Take the tailbone up in the air. Good. And then from here, I'm going to raise my right leg up, bend the knee. Try to lift that femur bone just a hair higher. And then colocamos el pie detrás de la mano. So put the foot behind the hand. Manos en el aire. Take a big stretch in. And then again, feel your meñiques, anulares, medios, índices, pulgares. Feel your fingertips. Take your hands to the top of the head once again, and then twist, twist, twist hacia la pierna adelante. So twist towards your front leg. I want you to take the heel of your hand to your collarbone, push back and open. Good, so make sure your knee is not falling in on that front leg. Good, and then the hand can come down ever so slowly. Stretch, reach the knee back behind you. Good. And exhale, lift up into it. Good, good, good. And then from here, we're going to take 2 hands down. Take the back knee down, stretch the hip. Good, and then we're going to push our hands into the floor, lift the back knee, and then lift the back foot. Walk the hands out underneath you just a hair, and reach the right arm back, and take your gaze towards that hand. Good, set the left foot down, your pie atrás, abajo, and then turn in, take a stretch, un estiramiento muy profundo aquí, muy profundo. And then from here, I'm going to turn over my left leg and step the back foot in. And then let's just try that whole sequence on the other side. So here we go. From adelante, brazos en el aire, take the tailbone down, thigh bones up, right? And that should kind of help us stretch, release our hips, feel our glutes. And from here, exhale, bajando otra vez, let the head come down. And the whole sacroiliac, stretch, stretch, stretch through the weight of your head. Inhale, miramos arriba, so let's look up. And then exhale, step back con la izquierda with the left. Now step back with the right. And now from here, if you like, just lift one leg. So this is my left leg, 5 and 4 from a steady pelvis, 3, 2, and 1. Otra dirección, other way, 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Good, inhale and exhale, lower the knees, opening the chest, 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. And exhale, lifting all of that up, pushing back through the hand. The left leg lifts, the knee bends. And then colocamos el pie detrás de la mano, put the foot behind the hand. Push, empujamos por el piso. You're pushing through the floor. Find yourself up. Go ahead, circle your wrists a couple of times. Good. And through your elbows as well. Good. Through the shoulders now. So we're just keeping some blood flow up and out. Good. And then we'll take fingers, meñiques, hasta las pulgares. From pinky to thumb, the fingertips fold together. Arms can reach back. The back thigh lifts up in the hip socket. And from here, let's just vamos a colocar el mano. So you're going to place your hand here at the collarbone. Lift your chest away from that hand as the elbow comes down. Good. And then feel yourself float up because you've engaged so much through that front leg. Muy bien. Ahora, mano aquí a tu tobillo. So now you could take your top hand here to your sacrum. So the trick will be to move the sacrum in and lift your chest up. And then reach that arm back. Good. See if you can find the heel of the back foot in the floor and lift the arch. Good. Colocamos la mano afuera. You're going to take your left hand out. Take your right hand out. Doblamos la rodilla atrás. So bend the back knee. And feel the hips stretch, stretch, stretch. Super bien. And then let's push your hips up. Walk the hands out. Lift the back leg. Lengthen the head and the spine. And the left arm. Your brazo izquierdo. Arriba, arriba. Good. And take your gaze up towards that arm. Muy bien. Muy bien. And then exhale. Set the foot down. Take two hands back behind you. Stretch over your leg. Good. Now take your hands back behind you. Reach the thighs into the arms and come fold. Let the head release completely, completamente, relajando. Muy bien. Pushing through the feet. We'll find ourselves up. Once again, so we're going to go straight down here and do external rotation poses. Hands for a moment to the top of the head. Good. And just feel before we move. Lift your left heel, open the heel. Now take the left heel to your right shin, tap it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Follow the foot in, taps. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now hold that connection. So your rib cages pull in. Brazos en el aire. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relaxing, letting that come down. Let's try that on the other side. Manos aquí, detrás de la cabeza. And then your talón derecha arriba. And then abrimos. And then from here, go ahead, take your right heel to your left shin. Just tap. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Follow the foot. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold that whole foot. Squeeze that left thigh in and up towards the bone. Good. Exhale, release the hands and release the leg. Dos brazos en el aire. Good. And then exhale, find your hands here on the floor. Go ahead. Inhale, look up once again. And then exhale, step your feet back. Now, if you wanted to take a vinyasa, elbows move to the sides of the body. Inhale up and press back with the arms. Exhale. Lift, right leg pulls up, bend the knee, open the hips, really stretch the leg, atrás, atrás. And then colocamos el pie detrás de la mano. You'll put the foot behind the hands. Come up, warrior 2. Inhale, take the backs of the hands together and then just interlace the fingers for a moment and let that kind of free up your shoulders here. So backs of the hands, fingers interlaced. Good. You could even now move those hands back behind the head. So again, just opening your chest and shoulders and floating that back up. Good. So now I'm going to come stretch up over the leg and find Trikonasana. Good. Maybe even take my gaze all the way up. We roll out and in through my shoulder. Good. And from here, take this hand just back behind me for a moment. Could hook onto the thigh. Stretch, stretch, stretch. From here, bend that thigh. And take the arm up, 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 up. This is called Uttita Parsvukasana. And then top hand to the hip. Step the back foot in, 2 feet. Walk the right hand out 1 foot. Exhale, lifting. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Extend. Arm floats up. Good. And then we'll exhale, set that foot down. If you want to, hug the arm again. Remember we did this earlier. So you're going to hug your arms around the leg and then step your back foot in 2 feet and then gather some weight in that left back leg and find yourself floating over it. And then if you like, work to extend. And then set that down. And then just release it all the way around. And exhale, we'll come back to face the top of the mat. So on the other side. So now this is my right side facing in. Inhale. Take the arms up. Let your pulgares y your índices tocan. Hands behind the head for a moment, really opening the chest. And then exhale, a long forward bend. And from here, I'm going to push my heels into the floor to find that length in the backs of the legs. Good. And from here, lift your left heel ball toe, stretch, reach it back. The right heel ball toe, come to meet it. Elbows move into the sides of the body, inhaling up. Exhale, reaching the hips back. Left leg in el aire. Open the hip, open it out. Estirando profundamente. From here, ponemos el pie detrás de la mano, so put the foot behind the hand. I can't say this enough. Push into the floor to lift, always. Hands to the hips. Good. Aquí, aquí, aquí. So find a long spine, dedos entrelazados in this femur bone opening. Good. Now take the arms up, backs of the hands, interlace the fingers, let the fingers float together. I could cry, that feels so good. Open the chest. Again, Dorothy, I would do this in the car. And from here, inhale, taking the arms all the way up, open, chin over each shoulder. Good. And then we're gonna just, what do? Come stretch out over this leg. I'm remembering now. Letting the hand come to the ankle. And exhale, bring the top hand behind you. So it comes, maybe it even wraps into the thigh. From here, you can move that hip bone down underneath you as your head comes back. Maybe rest the hand there. Good, check on your neck. Good, wherever there might be tension, maybe even look up. And then exhale, let's just bend this knee until you feel the weight really grounded, really certain in that left heel. Take the right arm over your ear, gaze moving up and over. A big estiramiento. Good. And then you can look down at those toes. Beautiful. Top hand moves to the hip. The back foot steps in 2 feet. Walk this left hand out 1 foot and find your weight. Entre los dos muslos. You're going to find your way in between your two thighs. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Good. And then from here, colocamos el pie en el piso. You're going to place the foot back down in the floor. Abrazamos. Hug the arms around your leg. Inhale. And exhale, step the back foot in. Find the heel, the ball of the foot. And then from there, see about lifting the weight of the body into that right leg. Oh, my hair. Good. And then from there, go ahead, exhale, stretch. And release. Good. And then from there, just release the arms. So let them float a few times, big and long. Opening your chest. Oh, opening the other way. Good. And then I want to put hands on the hips. That same thing with the hips. Just feel a little freedom, a little connection. Opening, opening. Beautiful. Setting that down, finding that on the other side. Good. And then finding that the other way. Beautiful. Can we try right arm, left leg, right arm, left leg. Otra dirección. Beautiful. Intentamos otro lado, so you'll take that. Beautiful. Other way. And from here, left ankle, right thigh. Open, open, open over this leg. Arms can fly out. And exhale, back together. Left leg lengthens and lowers. So again, this is a car stretch for me. Lift the right leg. This is a road trip stretch. So you're sitting in the car or you're getting gas and it's time to, you're spending a lot of money on gas. And you come and stretch, put your hands on the hood and stretch the glutes. Good. And exhale. Good. Bringing a little bit of blood flow back and in. Okay, let's put a blanket en la mitad de la manta. So just put a blanket here in the center of the mat. And we're going to find our way to it without our hands. So I want to come and get my belly on this manta sin usar las manos. So you go your way. Here's one way that I like to go. I'm going to let my sits bones come down. Let my legs travel to one side, almost like doing a little sideways roll up, which, there's that. You could try it. 3, 2, 1. Now we got to do that on the other side. Good. And then from here, rolling down, 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 stretching up and over, and then just rolling here into the floor. So let's make sure your blanket is underneath your hip bones. And then pause here for a moment. So go to the beach. I know at least one of you is going to the mountains, but we can also go to the beach. So flex your feet and feel the toes. Flexionamos los pies and feel your toes conectando con el piso. Good. So now pause with your left toes down, sort of anchoring into the floor. Tap that knee down and up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cambiamos. 5, 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Good. Taking that down once again. Exhale, just lift the opposite leg. Let your head come to rest for a moment. And again, you can do those little circles with the thigh. It's kind of waking up that hip and glute strength on this plane. The other way. Beautiful. The thigh comes down. The feet change position. Go ahead and point the foot of the bent leg. And then hacemos circulitos. And the other way. Good. And And then from here, let's go ahead, bend your two knees and melt your hips into the floor. Take your tailbone towards your knees and reach up. Good. Now exhale. Lengthen out the two legs as your head comes down. Walk the hands a little further from you. Take that same movement. Good. Good. So I want you to see, can you scoop the belly up from the floor as you lower and really connect to the glutes? Now open the arms to the side so the fingertips are slightly wide as you lift. Good. And then once again, you're going to bend the knees, take your head towards your talones, la cabeza hacia los talones. Good. Really feel the front of the throat. Beautiful. Exhale, release that down. Extend the right arm, pull the left arm underneath you, and lift the head and reach that left leg back. Beautiful. Inhale, coming down, left arm out, reach the right leg up, and take your gaze towards that left leg, or your right leg lifted. La pierna izquierda en el aire. Beautiful. Inhale. And exhale, lift the head and chest, lift the two thighs. Now see about the hands, moviendo hacia los tobillos. And exhale, rolling all the way over. Good. So you just feel again, when I'm here, I'm reaching my tailbone towards my heels, feeling that action in the glute. Inhale, coming down, 2, 3. Y haciendo lo otro lado. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Inhale, moving por el centro otra vez. Place the elbows underneath you, 10 toes into the floor. Lift the hip. Reach the knees up, heels back, and then a long, long belly so the navel pulls up. So a lot of times we just bulge the abdomen and send the hips up, and this is not as functional as this lowering, right? So you're strengthening the shoulders, the abdominals, really getting to know gravity here. So let's go ahead, exhale, press through the feet and bring yourself onto the side. Can you focus on a right angle between your forearm and your upper arm bone? Podemos concentrarnos aquí en un ángulo derecho, 90 grados, entre el brazo, el húmero y el antebrazo. Muy bien, bajando, bajando, reach your hips back, scoop your abdominales adentro, antebrazo con el húmero, stacking your 2 feet, and exhale, coming up. Good, so it doesn't matter what happens with this top arm, it's the bottom arm that should be your donde concentramos, where we concentrate. Muy bien. Taking those forearms back to the mat. Now lift your tailbone and scoop your belly up. And then if you were in a ballet class, it would be a bourrée, 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 bourrée. Take the tiniest little movements in with your toes as you lift your tailbone. Arriba, arriba, arriba. Good. Bend one knee. Take just the knee to the sky. Straighten the bottom leg. Oh, open your hip. La idea es que vamos a estirar la cadera. You're going to really stretch your hip, get a long spine. Now lengthen that leg. That's half a headstand. Todo el mundo. Good. Doblamos la rodilla. Half a Ardha Pincha Mayurasana. Take your left foot down. Take your right leg up. Take the knee, la rodilla, en el aire. Good. So separate the two thighs. Now lengthen the bottom leg. And then extend the top leg. Find those músculos. Encontramos los músculos. Good. While we're reaching arriba, arriba. And now that leg puede bajar. Y ahora dos rodillas abajo. Now you're going to take your head to your manta. Good. And stretch the weight of the body back. Bring your big toes, your dedos gordos juntos. And then your isquillones hacia los talones. And lower the body. Súper bien, súper bien.
Good. And then from here, so again, fun in the car, but just do this on the passenger side, okay? Exhale, take your forearms or your codos into the manta, and then your dedos entrelazados, your fingers interlaced. And we'll exhale, take your cabeza abajo, take the head down. And one leg up, otra pierna arriba. Now let's see if we can't apply some of that Picha Mayurasana to a Shirsasana. So exhale, reach. I'm not a fan of teaching people to kick their legs in the air against the wall because I don't think habitually it teaches us how to get into a headstand. Good, muy bien. Like, say, for example, I learned handstand that way, and as a result, I really can't do a handstand. Exhale without the wall. Good, so now I'm going to take my tailbone back and move my feet into the floor. I say I can't. I probably could, but yeah, my shoulders and wrists have not been into it. So now, see if you can bend the knees and bring your arms just back onto the back. Oh, and there's a glorious stretch waiting for you here. Muy bien. And from here, desde aquí, take two hands one side of the mat and float the pelvis to the floor. Let's check the time. Okay, great. So we're going to work our abdominals a little bit and then take that work into just a couple little inversions in the mat and then call it a class. So I want to try what we were just doing. So imagine right now you're going to roll onto your back. You're going to roll onto your stomach and you're going to get there without using your hands. How would you go? Right? Can you now reverse that action? Good, so now we're going to roll that to the other side. So again, this is just a play. There's no perfect way to do this. I'm going to roll to my abdomen through my left, almost as I get there, find myself on my side. And then exhale, scoop into the belly. Find my strength and lift all the way back up. Good. All right, so now come to the right with your torso and take the legs to the left and just breathe here for a couple breaths. Just floating here with gravity. Inhale, coming up, and exhale, floating the arms to the brazos hacia la izquierda y las piernas hacia la derecha. Muy bien. Exhale, bring the heels, your talones juntos, manos detrás de la cabeza. And now manos underneath your feet, and then just stretch toward your hacia las piernas, hacia los pies. Good. Exhale now. Bring the weight in the sits bones. We're going to pull your scapula down the back. So there's no wrong pose, right? There's only a way to explore yourself through the expression of a pose. There's no wrong way to find extension in your knee as the hip externally rotates, right? As you sit on the sits bones. So if we just break down actions, so right here, this might be enough action, bastante acción para tu cuerpo, o quizás puedes estirar afuera un poco más. Muy bien, and then I'm going to take that left foot down once again. My right foot's going to cross my body. Hands here to this foot. Oh. So now let your torso melt forward. Feel the weight equilibrada en los isquiones. Good. Inhale. Oh, I just want to try something silly. So pull the heel up a little closer to you. And then estiramos afuera. If you want, or you leave the leg on the floor. Exhale, bajando. So again, even the things we're just willing to try, that wakes up new neurons, just the act of trying. So now here you go. I'm going to take this left foot to my muslo derecho. I'm going to take myself, fold over the leg. Un estiramiento profundo. And then from here, I'm going to walk my foot in un poco más cerca de mi cuerpo with my hands, my dedos entrelazados. I want to try that other way that I did my hands. So back to the hands together. Now the fingers making contact. So now you're going to take your foot to the hand, stretch the fingers the other way. Come up or don't, right? Or just dare to not do it correctly. Just flail a little. Inhale. I don't know that there is a correct way. I've never done that before. So exhale, take your two legs out and fold into a Paschimottanasana. I'm going to try in this Paschimottanasana to let my knees come up into my armpits. And then exhale, gradually bring my thighs into the floor. Inhale here. I'm going to just bring my pelvis off of my blanket and then go as slowly as I can to the mat. Lowering, lowering, lowering from my abdomen. Good. Take a moment. Left arm just right beside you. Now the right arm right beside you as the other arm comes up. Stretch your chin, your neck towards your down arm. And front of the rib cage pulls in and strong. Good. Now two arms to your sides. Arms move in. Belly pulls strong. Fuerte, fuerte. Que fuerte. And exhale, lift la pelvis arriba. Good. And then let the knees float down. Good. And if this is all feeling great, go ahead, extend the two knees. And maybe walk your shoulder blades together. Maybe take the hands to the hips. Move the hips towards the hands as you let your legs float into the air. Now take your tailbone towards your heels as though you were standing in Tadasana. Good. Energy out the toes. Good. And then exhale, moving the hips, the thighs back. Arms into the mat. And then as slowly as you possibly can, pelvis al piso. Good. Take a moment here. Bring your feet, los pies en el piso ahora. And now your head comes onto the mat. And we're going to stretch this bottom lip over your top lip. I'm going to take my palms, opposite palm to elbow, palmas a mis codos, and stretch for about 10 breaths. And then we're going to exhale, release, bring all of that back down to the floor. Walk your feet in, and then just lift the pelvis, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Maybe even bring the palms underneath you. And exhale, feel the heels push, press down as the rib cage lifts up. And then you're going to just take your chin away from the chest for a moment. Just feel all of that in the arms, in your legs. Muy bien. Quedamos aquí. You stay here. O ponemos las manos aquí en los tobillos. Subiendo otra vez. Subiendo la pelvis otra vez. As you are pulling back with the arms. So there's power there. Chatus Padasana. Good. Exhale, let the pelvis melt down. Take dos brazos en el aire, 2 arms in the air, and then hands alongside your ears, empujando with los dedos, moviendo hacia tu cuerpo, so your fingers moving towards the body. Now, you don't have to lift all the way up, but maybe you want to just feel some weight on the head. Now, maybe you want to lift your tailbone, and then maybe you want to extend the arms. So give this just a few breaths. And then exhale, coming back down onto the head and lowering your pelvis. Take your wrists, your fingertips, los dedos hacia las costillas. Good. I'm going to roll to one side here. Inhale hacia otro lado. Good. Now let the fingertips reach up on your ribs, opening the chest. Good. Letting the rodillas abrir también, brazos abriendo, piernas abriendo, legs open. Respiramos juntas un ratito. Let's just take 10 breaths together. 10 respiraciones. And then estiramos los dedos, las manos. And then abrazamos. You just hug yourself in a little pelotita. And then giramos a un lado, turning to one side, subiendo, lifting up. Aquí estamos. Amigas, amigos, todo el mundo. Tu práctica es un regalo. Your practice is a gift. Muchísimas gracias y namaste.